Hey everyone, it's Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper, and today I'm talking to you about some of this new Erin Condren Take Note notebooks today. They graciously sent me these journals to show you guys and review and see what they can be like for your bullet journal. So I got these two covers, and these are two different ones, so spiral bound and the regular journal spine. So I got both to tell you guys about both. This one, it's about 7 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall. And then the spiral bound is about the same with just a little bit more width added for the coil and the laminate on top. I couldn't decide which one to get because they are really different. So this spine makes it so it's less wiggly like this, but I liked the flat lay of the coil, so I'll show you that in a second. They have a ton of different covers and personalization options, so I just got my name at the bottom, and you can do kind of whatever you want. This notebook, they come with 124 pages and 62 sheets of paper, so it's not as thick as maybe some of the notebooks that you already own, but I think it's a nice size. It's not super thick, and they use 70-pound paper, which you'll see holds up pretty well to the pen test. The first thing I noticed was these really fun color flags up top, which I think helps with the note-taking aspect of it, so you can kind of label the top with the date or whatever the notes are. And the other cool thing is that they're all perforated, so all the pages can come out. So if anybody is afraid of quote-unquote messing up or ruining your bullet journal, you can rip out the pages if you want to, or if a list is not necessary any longer, you can rip that out, which is kind of cool. And at the very end, there is a sheet of stickers that you can use for whatever you want, whether that's labeling days or important things or tabbing the sides of your pages. You can use those stickers in so many different ways. One of the things that I noticed was it's hard to lay flat. Right, so if you push it down, then it kind of sits, but it does have this like bump in the middle, which is, I think it's fine, right? And I noticed that the grids are bigger than what I've seen in typical notebooks. I think this must be a 5mm grid, whereas other notebooks I've used typically use a 4mm, or either that or this is 6 and I'm used to 5, one of the two. It's a little bit bigger. So this could be great if you have really big handwriting, like I do, actually. And with the coil, you'll notice that I got one of these bands on it. This is separate, but I really wanted that for this because without it, the coil allows for the cover to slip a lot. So this one is different from this because although the cover is thicker, this laminate makes the covers really sturdy and the coil is super sturdy. In the past, it's been kind of thinner and so a little more flimsy and bendable, but this one is super, super strong. But with the band, it holds together pretty well, so I tend to be pretty hard on my notebooks and I just toss them into my bag. I don't put covers on them or anything, so this might be a really great option for me. I also really like that it opens flat, although writing, bumping my hand against it might be annoying. I'll have to follow up with you on that in the future. But these also are perforated pages, and so you can take out whatever pages you don't want. Same thing, 70-pound paper, 124 pages that you can use. I did a pen test because we all know that is what's important. I'll try to pull over all the pens that I used on the side. So I tested some really common pens that people are using in their bullet journals just to show you what the bleed through might be like. So I wrote on the front here, I'm using the Staedtler, Stabilo, Flair, Pilot Juice Pen, Inkjoy, which is one of my new favorites. I highly recommend these gel pens. The Erin Condren pen that they sent along with their journals, a Zig Writer, and my fine Pilot Metropolitan for you fountain pen fans out there, the bullet tip of my Tombow dual brush pen, and my Pentel Touch brush pen. If I flip it over, I notice very little bleeding. There's no bleeding at all. And then there's just a little bit of ghosting on some of these thicker marker pens. So the Pilot Metropolitan actually doesn't bleed through. I know fountain pen inks tend to soak into paper quite a bit, but this one's actually not noticeable. And actually, I've seen ghosting worse than this on other popular notebooks. And then you can see the Pentel brush pen because it is thicker, it is more inky, what have you. So the paper quality, awesome for pens that you might use. And you'll notice I just kind of sketched in my usual weekly layout just to see what it would look like in this bigger grid. For bullet journaling, I use that weekly grid. So this tab thing, I'd have to figure out what I'd want to use that for if I was to use this notebook for my weekly, and figure out if this is enough room, because there's bigger grids means that there's fewer lines of space for me to write my tasks and stuff. So I'll have to figure out what that looks like, if I want to use it for that, or if I want to dedicate this to my Rock Your Handwriting challenges or other challenges that I do along the way. But either way, this would be a fun bullet journal starter set if you wanted to use it for that. It holds up well. I can get back to you on how well the pages stick in the journal, but I think this could be a really fun, personalized option if you wanted to try it out. They also come with some other fun things like these folders, these pockets, and I made a mistake and I did not also get this other backing that comes with. It sticks on the back of these pockets and has the coil thing to stick it into this notebook. So I did not get that, so right now I'm going to figure out how to use them. But it'd be nice to have a place to put papers and stuff inside, or tickets or receipts or stuff like that. Erin Condren's kind of known for some fun, colorful design, so if you're into that, you will love this. If you want a more basic notebook, you want to stick with the Rhodia and really utilitarian looks in that way. So that's all I got for you today. I'll probably be using this to show you a couple spreads and a couple posts that are coming up, which I'm really excited about. So take a peek. I will put the links down below, but if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, but most of all, I hope that you enjoy. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!